Bless up, everyone. Hope you're doing well. And, in this short video, I have to push back on probably the most overblown and overused trope that is widely used today when discussing problems in society today. This happened because they're a product of a single mother, absent fathers or broken home, whatever the variation. It's the same thing, just said in different ways. It's always used as the be all and end all for most discussions that, truth be told, doesn't even stack up when paired with facts and definitely history. And I don't know why, but most people buy into the lie, but a lot of people buy into so many things these days. Now, I am not suggesting that single parent households is the preferred method of raising children, because raising kids is tough enough with two parents. So I know it's definitely difficult to raise children with just one. And also I do believe that children should be brought up with two parents in a household, of course, in a loving environment. But let's not get confused that somehow having two parents in a household is like the cure to most of these societal problems, because newsflash, it wasn't in the past and it damn sure won't be in the future. Let's be real. We are living in comparatively probably the safest times to be in. Of course, it's not perfect. There's a lot of bad in the world, but when has there not been? And this is my point. People like to track back and harken back to the good old days because of two-parent households, but are people even thinking about this properly as to what took place in the past, in the very recent past? Because when we analyze history and see the carnage, the chaos that has been created due to needless wars, where was the two-parent household strong communities that should have prevented this from taking place? Two-parent households didn't stop World War I and World War II taking place within 40 years of each other, which caused millions of innocent soldiers and people to die, homes to be ripped apart. But when it comes to situations like that, we bypass that kind of stuff. We attribute it to other factors, which is more widely accepted. Same with slavery. That's existed since the dawn of time. Didn't we have two-parent households back in those days? Shouldn't that have stopped people from being bought and sold? Where were these strong families to stop these other nations and people from taking advantage in terms of conquest, colonization, genocide, racism? Matter of fact, where were the two people in the household, or those true strong families, which were to stop people from actually doing it in the first place? Did that work? No, it didn't. So if it didn't work then, why do you think these things will work now? Because that's always the analysis when it comes to why they should have a strong father in the household, etc., etc. And again, I'm not saying we shouldn't. But what do we say? It's supposed to provide the ability to conflict resolve without resorting to violence. War is violent. Genocide is violence. All these evil atrocities that have taken place, that's violence. It's supposed to make you a better person, upright, person of integrity, person who wouldn't do these evil things. So you say. Even when we look at today, because people say, oh, that's in the past. Oh, that's all that. That's all that. But let's look at today. The most corrupt places on earth, we know where they are. We know who they are. The most evil people on planet Earth. They come from societies that pride themselves of having strong family units. Yet, how is it that their leaders, who come from the same stock, some of them, a lot of them are born in the same places, are so wicked to the point where their own people are starving? And what are they doing? They're buying the next big house, big car, and they don't care about anyone else. But these are the people who come from these strong communities, strong-minded people, and yet when they get to the point of when it comes to being able to enact change to help these same people who they should recognize as, I was once that kid, I was once that person in those horrible situations, I should be able to help them out. Nope. It's a whole different story. The most evil people and the most evil atrocities that we have known and are infamous in history have been cultivated through two-parent households in that society and those communities. Can we just please stop overhyping this narrative? Again, I'm not saying it's it's not a cause for certain issues, but let's not act as if somehow everything was perfect until then, until this, until that. Everything was fine until this, until then. Completely negating history. Not even like the most distant history, recent history. Look, bad people come from single parent households as well as two parent households the same damn way. So please, stop overhyping this narrative. Let me know your comments in this. Until next time.